In this video, we will explore the trustees and royal periods, and we will see how Georgia started to the beginning till when the trustees had to go back to England. In the early 1700s, there was a guy named James Oglethorpe that decided to create a colony in the southern part of North America. When King George, the King of England, agreed to make a colony, they talked about the 3 reasons for settlement. The first reason was that James Oglethorpe wanted to start a new colony for the people who are in prison because they owed money. And the last 2 reasons that James Oglethorpe wanted to make a colony was for protection against Spanish Florida and for economics mercantilism. After James Oglethorpe and King George talked about the 3 reasons for settlement, the Charter of 1732 was made for Georgia to now be created. Rist is also called wine, rice, indigo, silk, and tobacco. The natives and Yamacraw Bluff. When James Oglethorpe wanted a place to settle, they saw a village of natives called Yamacraw Bluff. Yamacraw Bluff was a high plateau that is easily defendable, and it was close to a river for trade. James Oglethorpe met the chief of the village named Tomochichi, which they both didn't understand each other's languages. Since that happened, Mary Musgrove helped them negotiate even though she was half Native American. Later on, the city of Savannah will be known in that area. The 3 colonial groups in the Battle of Bloody Marsh. In the trustees period, there were 5 rules. The first rule was that no slaves were allowed. The second and third rules was that there are supposed to be no Catholics and no lawyers. The final rules was that there are no liquor sales, rum, and a 500-acre land limit. The trustees, like James Oglethorpe, is a group of people who made the rules during the trustee period. When the first group arrived to Georgia, they are great farmers. They are called the Austrian Salzburgers. They are a group of people who are kicked out of their country just because of religion. Since they arrived here, they settled in Ebenezer, Georgia during 1734. A year later, which is 1735, the Scottish Highlanders was the second group of people who were the first soldiers that was recruited by Oglethorpe so that they can protect South Carolina from Spanish Florida. Fort King George was the first fort when the Highland Scots stationed it, and during the Battle of Bloody Marsh, the Spanish tried to invade South Carolina, but they were defeated by Oglethorpe and the Highland Scots, so they never came back again. The last group that came to Georgia colony was the Jewish settlers, which brought doctors and medical experience. The beginning of the royal period, but the end of the trustees period. Before the Georgia royal colony, there was a group of people called the malcontents, which they were upset with the 5 rules. There was still no slavery, no rum, and a 500-acre land limit. In the year 1752, it was the beginning of the royal period, and the trustees, including James Oglethorpe, has to go back to England. Since they are back in England, a royal governor came to rule Georgia, and the royal governor allowed the Georgians to vote for the first time. Now the Georgians can vote for the things that was banned by the trustees, so they can now be economically successful. Conclusion. In this video, we have learned about the people and places that lived in Georgia during the trustee period and how voting was first made in the royal period. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, and I hope you guys have a great time.